What's up everyone, how are you? And welcome back to the channel, the.NI.gamerreacts, back with another video for you. It's been a while folks. If you've been on the gaming channel, you realise I've just had surgery. Only about a week ago, I would say. So I'm still a wee bit tender around where I had the surgery, which was around my stomach and stuff. So yeah, it's just been a while for that reason, and then the whole build up to it and things like that. I was just sort of focusing on the gaming channel, so I know there hasn't been much going on here, but there will be stuff picking back up, and we'll be getting videos back out. I want to thank everyone that's continued to support this channel. I really appreciate it. This channel is incredible as well to have. And we just hit 6k, 6,000 subscribers on the gaming channel, so make sure you check that out. The NI Gamer 1985. But folks, sorry for the long intro. We're going to get stuck into it here. This is the 10 greatest signature moves in NBA history. Actually, a request again by RTB Reese. So thank you very much, mate. I appreciate it. We're going to check this out. I do like my basketball, so let's go.
Signature moves. Over the course of NBA history, a lot of superstars are recognized for their signature moves. I would say that
the only big players that I think that might have signature moves, before we head into this more, Michael Jordan, obviously. Durant might have. LeBron James. What do you call the other guy? Is he? I'm forgetting his name, but I'm sure I'll think of it when I see.
Signature moves are a huge reason why they were successful in their craft. How's it going, fellas? My name's Andy, and today we're going to take a look at the top 10 most iconic signature moves in NBA history. Alright, let's get started. Number 10, Rajon Rondo's behind-the-back fake pass. Now, I'm sure the behind-the-back fake pass move was done before, but Rondo was the guy who really popularized it and made it his own.
Oh, lovely.
Throughout his career, he was always known for playing mind games with his opponents, and this move is basically the essence of who Rondo is as a player.
No one really expects that.
He's able to pull it off really well because of his combination of large hands and a long wingspan. So he makes it more convincing when he stretches all the way behind his back, and because he's such a great passer, opponents gotta respect the pass, even if they know Rondo will do the fake. Other players recently, like Ben Simmons, have also adopted Rondo's signature pass fake. If done correctly, it's very effective.
And it looks nice.
Number 9, Manu Ginobili's Euro Step.
Never heard of him.
Even though there's been a lot of European players who played in the NBA before Ginobili arrived, I'd say that Ginobili definitely made the Eurostep into what it is today. A ton of players have incorporated the Eurostep into their game.
I like that name because obviously we're from the, well, I'm from the continent of Europe, so the Eurostep, you know, that's class. And it looks so good as well, so silky smooth.
Sometimes it's incredibly deadly, especially when a guy like Giannis does it. All the credit deserves to go to Ginobili for popularizing the Eurostep in the NBA. In his prime, he was known for his flashy playstyle, and the Eurostep was flashy and exciting to watch, but above all else,
doing the step overs
really
in football.
When you don't want to run into a defender and get an offensive foul, you can whip out the Eurostep and go around them. It's also good when the defender jumps up for the block, but the offensive player never goes up, and instead just goes around for the layup. It's amazing how many players use it today, but nobody did it better or made it look as cool as Manu Ginobili. Number 8, Magic Johnson's no-look pass.
I've heard of Magic Johnson. He was... Now, I could be wrong on this. Did he not maybe have AIDS? I could be wrong on that. Maybe that's why he had to retire. I think that's where I know Magic Johnson, and I think the only reason I know that is from South Park. To be fair.
1980s, the Showtime Lakers played the most entertaining style of basketball the NBA has ever seen. None of that would have been possible without Magic Johnson, and more specifically, his incredible passes.
Go right back.
The Showtime Lakers played the most entertaining style of basketball the NBA has ever seen. None of that would have been possible without Magic Johnson, and more specifically, his incredible passes. His trademark was the no-look pass, which he used in a variety of different ways. The creativity of Magic was second to none. He was arguably the most creative passer ever, up there with Pete Maravich. Everything he did was not only great to watch, but it confused even the best defenses, and sometimes it would even surprise his own teammates.
Yeah,
his passing tricked everybody, and it just showed that Magic's court vision was far ahead of anyone else at the time.
Yeah.
He was always 2 steps ahead of everyone else, and before defenders could react, the Lakers already scored. I also think that Magic's height played a role in allowing him to make passes like that. Being a legit 6'9" point guard was unheard of.
6'9", that is
And
insane.
he can basically see over the defense and find the best spots to pass the ball. Regardless, Magic is the greatest point guard of all time, and it's unlikely anyone would ever surpass him for that title.
Oh, lovely. Look at that, man. That was
Number
absolutely
7,
epic.
Steph Curry's long
Yeah, the long
threes.
freeze. Do you know what? And people, that's exactly what I was thinking. Curry is the best. I was going to say one of the best free pointers I've, you know, like seen. There was a video I watched where they had like wee stands with a load of basketballs on it around like different areas of the court, and Curry just went and just threw every single one of them in. Absolutely insane. But yeah, Curry's
I
another one
had
I've
to
heard of.
include Curry on
Obviously,
this list
everyone
because
has.
he was the guy who drastically changed
Look at
the
that, man.
NBA
That's
in recent years.
insane. So accurate.
This three-point era where teams are shooting like 35 or 40% of their field goals from beyond the arc is largely because of the influence of Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Curry shoots threes from like 25 or even 30 feet away from the basket, which is insane.
It is.
He does it on a consistent basis and actually makes them. In his 2015-16 season, his best season of his career, he shot 67% from beyond
That's
28
insane.
feet. That's freaking insane.
That is.
He
That
took about
is.
50 shots from that distance all season, so the sample size was decent. It's crazy how good he is shooting from that far away, but when you think about it, it kinda makes sense. Usually, defenders don't contest shots that
So
are,
calm of it,
that
so
far
calm. Oh,
away,
that's-
so Curry was probably wide
What a
open on a
legend.
lot of them. Other players have also started to shoot more long threes because apparently it's not a bad shot anymore. Damian Lillard has been doing this for a while too, and same with Ryan Anderson. Being able to shoot from that distance puts a ton of
Oh,
pressure
look
on
at
the
that.
defense, and
Just
it's
let
also
him
why
go
the
by
high
and
pick and
then
roll is the
straight in
Warriors'
the
most
hoop.
effective play, which they run a lot. The spacing is just insane with Curry's gravity, being able to just stand there and still be the biggest threat on the floor.
And folks, a question for basketball fans, who's your favourite team and who do you think is favourites to win it next season here, or the season coming up? Obviously there may have just been one, but
Number 6, Tim Duncan's bank shots.
Tim Duncan, I don't
Duncan's
think
bank
I've
shot
heard of
is
him.
one of the reasons why he got the nickname the Big Fundamental. He was so fundamentally sound on both ends of the
Oh,
floor.
lovely, off the
Offensively,
the
he
backboard
wasn't
there.
flashy at all, but he mastered the basics, which was the foundation for his success. Unfortunately, the bank shot is rarely used today. It's used in less than 8% of a team's total field goal attempts. It was never that popular in any era, to be honest, and it's more of a niche thing for certain players. For Duncan, he usually posted up at the left or right elbow, so he preferred banking it in instead of going up for a regular jump shot.
Nice.
Obviously, it worked out for him. 5 championships, 3 finals MVPs, 2 regular season MVPs,
Yeah.
they speak for themselves.
Exactly.
Whenever anybody thinks about Duncan, his bank shot is typically the first thing that comes to mind.
The Spurs.
Back in his playing days,
Yeah,
everyone in
for
the
them.
league knew that he was the best at making them and nobody else came close. Number 5, LeBron's chase
Yeah.
down block.
Yeah.
LeBron
Obviously,
has a few
everyone's heard of
trademark
LeBron.
moves that could probably make up an entire list by themselves, but I think the chase down
look
block
at
is his
that,
most
LeBron
recognizable move.
Oh, nice.
In Game 7 of the 2016 Finals,
Beautiful.
that was the defining moment of the game, along with Kyrie's three-pointer.
That's
What
insane.
makes this move so scary is that every time an opposing player gets a steal, they have to be wary of LeBron. If they don't, it's gonna be an easy block for him because he's so good at timing his jump. It's basically common knowledge, you gotta go up strong to not get blocked by LeBron. Other players have done the chase down before, like Tayshaun Prince for example, who probably has the most famous one, but none of them do it as consistently as LeBron.
Yeah.
He's a 6'8", 250, 260-pound guy who runs as fast as any guard in the league, and even at an
so
older
nice,
age,
yeah.
he can still jump as high as ever. Man, it's honestly incredible how well he's aged. I remember back in the day, people tried to argue that LeBron's game will age very poorly because he relies on athleticism, and it made sense at the time. But what nobody realized is that how well LeBron takes care of his body, and
Yeah,
he's a lot
his
smarter too.
conditioning looks and he looks in great
Number
shape.
4, Allen Iverson's crossover. I'd argue that he was the most influential player since 2000. So many young players looked up to him because
Oh,
he played the
lovely.
game in his own way with his own unique
Oh,
style.
nice.
During a time when guards his size were expected to be, actual point
Oh,
guards,
he had them all
Iverson
over the
changed
place
that
on the floor and
expectation.
all.
Instead,
So
he focused on
skillful with the
scoring and
ball there.
became a scoring machine.
Like watching Messi.
In my opinion, his two most famous highlights were when he crossed up Michael Jordan as a rookie and when he crossed up Tyronn Lue and stepped over him. And what you see in both of these highlights
to do
is
that
crossover.
to those guys.
Iverson's crossover is his signature move and inspired millions of people to go out to their backyards and try to copy it when playing pickup. Although there's been some controversy about it recently, Tim Hardaway believed that AI carried the ball every time he did a crossover, and I will admit he bent the rules a little bit, but it was still hard to call it traveling. Nowadays, pretty much everyone quote-unquote carries the ball during a crossover, but the refs don't call it. So I guess it's legal?
It has to be legal if the refs aren't calling it. They
made the game a lot more fun to watch. It's a huge part of basketball culture. And Iverson was the guy who paved the way for the new generation of combo guards.
Sit down.
Number 3, the fadeaway. So I want to talk about a couple different iconic fadeaways. First, we have Dirk's one-legged fadeaway, his signature go-to move that is pretty much unguardable.
Look at the size of him, man.
Other players started to copy it too because of how good it is. It worked amazingly for Dirk because he was so tall. When you're a 7-footer doing a fadeaway and sticking out a leg to create space, there's nothing anybody can do. He's going to get a high percentage shots every time because it's like the defender isn't even there.
Yeah.
The other fadeaway is the MJ or Kobe style fadeaways where they create space by making a quick move or turning their shoulder after a post-up. Now, what separates MJ and Kobe's fadeaways from the average player's fadeaway is that they primarily rely on their footwork and elevation when they jump.
Yeah, makes sense.
They're only 6'6" with average wingspan, so they can't just shoot over everybody like Dirk. In my opinion, they also have the most aesthetically pleasing fadeaways to watch, because it's just a cool move. A mid-range fadeaway is a high-risk, low-reward shot because it's kinda inefficient, but when it goes in, it looks amazing. Kobe, especially, made a career out of taking difficult shots, and the fadeaway is no exception.
Oh,
it's really
beautiful.
hard to pull off.
He didn't lose his footing, but I mean, like, he stumbled a wee bit, obviously, because he was coming down, but that was so nice.
For those three guys, it was their bread and butter.
Oh, beautiful.
Number 2, Hakeem Olajuwon's Dream Shake. The good old Dream Shake, the move that defined Hakeem Olajuwon's career. In his most famous highlights, the one against David Robinson, Hakeem put him in a spin cycle. This was in the 1995
that was
Western
absolutely
Conference
incredible, man.
Robinson
look
got his
at
MVP
that.
trophy,
Guy
and
didn't know
Hakeem
where
got
he
his
was going
revenge, putting up 35 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, and over 4 blocks in the 6-game series.
That's insane.
It was without question the best series of his career, and he put on a full display of his Dream Shake.
Oh, lovely, turning everyone inside out.
He was so versatile and quick.
Back and forth.
He was unguardable in the paint because he had so many moves, and if one move didn't work, he just used the next one.
Pick another one up.
Hakeem has said that the inspiration for his Dream Shake was based off of his days playing soccer.
Oh, see what I mean? Playing soccer?
Players had great footwork.
See, honestly, footwork, if you have amazing footwork, it can go across multiple sports. For me, football or soccer, whatever you want to call it, is very close to basketball. Obviously, the main difference being everything's done with your hands in basketball. Know what I mean? I think it translates the same. The counter-attacks are so quick, like in football, if they want to be, and you've got to have great footwork. You've got to know where your defenders are coming at you. You've got to, do wee step overs. You've got to, do the twists and turns and stuff. They're two sports that translate well, but the main thing that translates is the footwork. You've got to have great footwork and fitness in both of those sports. Now, I haven't really played many, or if any, matches in basketball, but, you can understand if you've watched it before, like, just how similar it can be. But yeah,
so
I'm glad that he said that,
basketball. The Dream Shake was all about footwork and
Dream
instincts.
Shake, look at that, beautiful.
A lot of superstars over the years have went to Hakeem to get some training to improve their footwork, but the Dream Shake is something that can't be taught. And that's why we'll never see another Hakeem Olajuwon. Number 1, Kareem's Skyhook.
Skyhook?
The most iconic move ever. The move that defined the career of the player who scored the most points in NBA history.
Right.
The move that looks pretty basic and should be easy to replicate, yet
no
nobody
way.
has been able to do it. And why is that?
Oh, nice.
Well, firstly, Kareem was massive. He was listed at 7'2", but it's been
What?
speculated that that was without shoes on, so he'd probably be listed at 7'3", or heck, maybe even 7'4" if he played today.
What?
Secondly, Kareem's skyhook was a lot different from the normal hook
So
shots.
call him
When most
skyscraper?
players do a
Jesus.
hook, the power comes from their arms. But with Kareem's skyhook, he used mainly his wrists.
Yeah.
This allowed him to get a lot more control when he shoots, cause it's almost like a regular jump shot. Additionally, Kareem barely moved when he did the skyhook. He lifted up his leg and jumped a little bit, but the main idea was to focus
Lovely.
on controlling the wrist movement
Everyone's
to
going
accurately
in
hit the
basically
shot.
without hitting the rim.
In
Like
recent
that is.
times, players
Look at
try
that.
to
Another one goes
replicate
in
the
without the
sky
rim.
hook, but they usually end up doing this weird running hook floater thing. It looks cool, but it's inconsistent.
Yeah.
Playing in the post in general is a lost art, as most teams are moving away from it because very few players are good enough to score efficiently from there. I doubt we'll ever see anybody else master the sky hook, the most unguardable shot in NBA history. And that's all, folks. Those were,
Definitely
in my opinion, the
unguardable
top
if,
10 greatest,
you've a
most
7'2"
iconic signature
Jed.
moves ever. Honorable mentions to George Gervin's finger roll, Tim Hardaway's crossover, James Harden's step back. Honorable mention to Pistol Pete's elbow pass, and Jason Williams' elbow pass as well.
Oh, nice. Can you do
And
that?
Kevin Garnett blocking shots after the whistle. Alright, I hope y'all enjoyed that video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll...
Yeah, that was absolutely incredible. I completely enjoyed that, just to see the different. Because, like I said, when I compare it to football, or soccer, because that's the main sport I play and watch and love. If you're talking about skills, step overs, you're doing your things like rabanas and just other skills. I'm bloody forgetting now, but I mean, they all come from footwork. Great footwork, and basketball is the exact same. And you know, it's just such a tough sport. It's a sport for me that's so fast. Like the countering is back and forth like I've never seen a sport before. It's just so you've got to be so fit. You've got to be so careful on your feet. And I'm really enjoying everything I watch about basketball. My two favorite sports in America are the American football and also basketball. So, if I could get any of those games in real life, I would love that. But yeah, like I said, folks, if you have any more suggestions or anything like that, I will try. Now, there's videos I do want to try and get done as well. But if you put a suggestion in there, I will try and get it done when I can. Hit the like button and subscribe, turn the notification bell on. I would appreciate it. Check out the NI Gamer 1985 and also Adam Dart's ANI 1985 as well. And thank you to Reese too for suggesting this. Folks, you have a great one. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.